3 more weeks left in the season. This season went by quick. Hey, but the Dolphins still in playoff talks. Let's make our picks. What is up, football fans? There's only going to be 2 more of these pick videos, so be sure to give this a thumbs up and let me know if you like it, if you want it to come back next season. I'm getting a mix of you guys liking the picks videos. So let me know if you guys like it, if you want it to come back next season. We only got 2 more weeks of the pick season. Then we have the postseason. I will do playoff games. I will make picks for playoff games, and I will live stream some of the cool hot and sexy playoff games. But 2 more weeks, and then no more picks videos. So comment below. Let me know if you like it. Give this video a thumbs up. Get it a lot. If it's possible to get over 1,000 likes, then it'll really let me know you guys want me to bring it back next season. But before we jump into the video, real quick, patchvibes.com. You got fantastic stuff. They put new stuff out consistently. So be sure to go over, cop yourself a patch. They have t-shirts, they have pins, all that great stuff. Use the promo code DDW. You get 20% off. So let's jump into this week. And I did very well last week. Very well. You guys went 10-5, 10-6. I don't even know what I wrote here. 10-6. Putting your record at a 140-67. It's pretty good. But your boy, I knew I was going to catch up. Then I caught up. And then I knew I was going to pass you. And I passed you. I got 13-3 last week. And I went, now I'm at 143-64. So I'm 3 games ahead of you guys. I was chasing you guys. Now I'm in the lead. And I got to try to keep that lead. My father, unfortunately, did absolutely horrible. He went 8-8 last week. My dad's sitting at a 129-79. I told him, he came over to hang out with the baby the other day. I told him about it. He cracked up. He was like, hey, it is what it is. So he understands that it's a race between me and you guys. But he's still going to have fun. He's going to still make his picks. So we're going to be talking about, there's a Thursday game tonight. Probably this will probably come up at like 4 o'clock. Sorry, it's so late. You guys know why. Then there's a Saturday night game. 2 of them. Saturday game, Bills, Broncos. And then a Saturday night game. So we got a lot of picks to get to. So let's jump into this Mamma Jam. We got tonight the Chargers taking on the Raiders. Now, I'm a Dolphins fan. I can tell by everything around me. A lot of you guys that are watching this are Dolphin fans. So what I'm going to do is every game, I'm going to tell you who we want to win. But then I'm going to pick who I think is going to win. So tonight, big pivotal game. Chargers taking on the Raiders. We want, as Dolphin fans, we want the Chargers to win. It helps our chances to make the playoffs if we do, unfortunately, lose to the Patriots. So we want the Chargers to win. I'm picking the Chargers. I think I like the Chargers. They pulled off that win last week, finally, getting that field goal last minute. Normally, they fall on their face in those scenarios. I'm going with the Chargers. My father's going with the Chargers, too. You guys with the 61.8 going with the Raiders. This can go either way. So you guys picking the Raiders isn't a surprise to me, but we want the Chargers to win. So I'm double rooting for the Chargers. Then we have this first Saturday game, which is the Buffalo Bills taking on the Denver Broncos. The only way that the Dolphins can win the division is if the Bills lose out. So us as Dolphin fans want the Broncos to win. My dad wants the Broncos to win and is picking the Broncos to win, but I think the Bills are just getting hot at the right time. I don't see the Bills losing this game. I think the Bills will win this game. Their defense is a little suspect still. I don't, they played well against the Steelers. I think the Steelers just got cocky in their ways. And just because if you look at the Rams game, if you look at a ton of these games where it came down to close last minute plays for the Bills, their defense is the one that kind of, the reason they're 10-3 is because of their defense. The reason they're 10-3 is because of their offense, if that makes sense. The 3 losses, I think, is on their defense, and the 10 wins is because of their offense. So I think I'm picking the Bills. We want Denver to win, but I think the Bills are going to completely demolish the Denver Broncos, and it's going to be like a 20-point victory. I don't think the Broncos have a chance, and you guys with a 79.5 also agree with me in taking the Buffalo Bills. Then we have the Carolina Panthers taking on the Green Bay Packers, who I think, if my memory and my brain is correct, are the #1 seed in the NFC right now. Good for them. Good for you. Saints lost last week to the Eagles. Say what? I'm picking the Packers. My father's picking the Packers. You guys with 95.7. Also picking the Packers. And then we have the 1 o'clock game. San Francisco 49ers 5-8 taking on the 4-9 Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to pop it up. I'm going to do it every time because I don't understand that half of the country is going to watch this game. I'm going to watch this game in New Jersey. Why? You have two AFC East rivals taking on each other with big implications for both teams. The Patriots can still somewhat make the playoffs. They're not eliminated. And the Dolphins playoffs, they're on the 7th seed. They're on the line. And you put the 49ers taking on the Cowboys in my area and half of the country. Stupid. So I'm picking the Cowboys. My dad's picking the Cowboys. No one cares about this game. It makes no sense to pick this game or to put this game on so much. But you guys with the 64.8 are taking the 49ers. How about them apples? Then we have the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Washington football team. Seattle started hot and then they started falling off a little bit. I still think Seattle's going to completely destroy the Washington football team. Washington's still number one in their division. Started taking over that division after beating the Steelers. Good for them. My dad's taking Washington. You guys with the 68.2 are also taking Seattle. Then we have the Chicago Bears taking on the Minnesota Vikings. I think I messed up on this picks and I put the Lions, but I fixed it and I put the Vikings in there. So I'm assuming if you guys picked the Lions, you don't think the Bears would win. So I clumped you in with the Vikings pick. Yeah, Bears taking on the Vikings. Bears pulled off a nice victory last week. Vikings started faltering a little bit. I'm still going with the Vikings. I like Delvin Cook. My dad's going with the Vikings. And you guys with the 54.3 going with the Vikings. Like I said, if you pick the Lions, I clumped you in with the Vikings because then you obviously think the Bears aren't going to win because the Vikings are better than the Lions. Then we have, unfortunately, and some of you guys hit me up in Florida that you're going to have to watch this game, the 1-12 Jaguars taking on the Baltimore Ravens. This one, did I miss one that we wanted? No. Yeah, no, I didn't miss one. It was all NFC teams. We want the Jaguars to win this one. It ain't happening. If the Dolphins win out, they win. They're in the playoffs. If they lose one, they need the Ravens to falter a little bit. They need the Jaguars to beat. The Dolphins fans want the Jaguars to beat the Ravens. It's not going to happen. We're all taking the Ravens. You guys with the 82.3 are taking the Ravens. There is no way that the Jaguars beat the Ravens. Then we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the 49ers. This is another game that the Bucs should win this one, especially if they want to fight for some type of... I don't even think they're going to have a chance to get the number one seed. So if they lose out, they could potentially knock themselves out of the playoffs. But Buccaneers are better than the Falcons. I'm taking the Bucs. My father's taking the Bucs, and you guys with an 84.5 are taking the Bucs. Then we have the Detroit Lions taking on the Tennessee Titans. We are more focused on the Colts, being that the Titans are probably going to win the division. So this one, if you want to give yourself even more of a insurance cushion as a Dolphin fan, you want the Lions to win this one, but I think the Titans are going to win this one. My father thinks the Titans are going to win. It's just the better team. That's just what it all comes down to. And you guys with an 96.6 are also taking the Titans. I don't know why they took me so long to get that out. Now, this is another scenario. We had the scenario 2 weeks ago where the Texans are taking on the Colts. And for picks wise, we want the Texans to lose, so we want the Colts to win. But playoff wise, we want the Texans to win. So if you want a better draft pick, you want the Colts to win. If you want to make the playoffs, you want the Texans to win. But again, we win out, we're in, but these are insurances. I think the Colts are going to win. Regardless of what I want, I think the Colts are going to win. And what I want is the Texans to win because draft picks, I tell you guys this time and time again, it's not where you pick, it's who you pick. But I want the Texans to win this one, but the Colts are going to win this one. I'm picking the Colts. My father's picking the Colts. You guys with an 83.6 are picking the Colts. Then we have the hot. They're now hot with Jalen Hurts at the helm. Eagles taking on the Cardinals. Now, the Eagles still have somewhat of a chance to take that division. I think all of the teams have a somewhat chance to take that division, especially looking at the rest of all of their schedules. But I think the Cardinals are going to take this one. Kyler Murray is just dangerous. So I'm taking the Cardinals. My father's taking the Cardinals. You guys with the 73.4 also taking the Cardinals. But don't be surprised if the Eagles win this one. Eagles are starting to get hot here. Then we have the 0-13 Jets taking on the Rams. The Rams are going to win this one. We're all taking the Rams. You guys with an even 97% taking the Rams. There's no point really dwelling on this one. Rams are going to win this one. Then we have the Kansas City Chiefs taking on those Saints. Like I said, that lost to the Eagles. Dolphins put a good fight up on the Chiefs. Had Patrick Mahomes throwing 3 interceptions, causing fumbles. Dolphins, put a nice little beat down on the Chiefs. Chiefs, scored a ton of points unanswered. Dolphins came back, scoring a ton of points unanswered. A lot of Chiefs fans, garbage points. Yeah. But the fact that we almost won, and the fact that if you guys didn't convert that 4th down, would have made it a game. I don't think it's garbage time. But we're all taking. No, we're not. I'm taking the Chiefs. My father's taking the Saints, and you guys with the 76.4 taking the Chiefs. This one, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Chiefs are going to get the number 1 seed. This one matters. Sunday night game. The Cleveland Browns taking on the New York Giants. New York Giants fell to the Chiefs after the big surprising win against the Seattle Seahawks. Dolphin fans want the Giants to win. Again, these are all cushions for if the Dolphins end up losing. So we want the Giants to win. Looking at all of this, we want the Browns, we want the Colts, we want the Ravens, and we want the Raiders to lose to help our playoff cushion and help if we falter at some point. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think the Browns are going to win. I think the Browns are just really hot right now. Their offense is playing really well. Their defense is playing really well. I'm going Cleveland. My father's going Cleveland. And you guys with the 79 even going Cleveland. Then we got the Monday night game. Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. We all know Steelers are mad that they lost to the Bills. They're probably mad that they lost to Washington. 2 straight losses after going 11-0. A lot of people say winning covers up their faults. Now their faults are starting to be shown. But Steelers, me and my father and you guys are going with the Steelers. You guys with an 83.4 going with the Steelers. We're all going Steelers. And then the pivotal matchup, the Miami Dolphins at 8-5, home, taking on the 6-7 New England Patriots. Dolphins have a 2-game lead on the Patriots. I don't remember the last time the Dolphins took on the Patriots and they had a better record by 2 games. My father's taking the Fins. You guys with the 97.9 taking the Fins. And if you want to know who I'm taking, watch tomorrow's breakdown video, preview video of the Miami Dolphins taking on the New England Patriots. But be sure to comment below. Let me know what you guys think. Who are you picking? Or do you agree? The biggest thing is, do you want the pick with the Texans losing, or do you want the playoffs with the Colts losing? Comment it below and let me know. And I'm going to get to one of you guys' comments of the day. Now, this one, surprise, surprise, I'm taking from Instagram. I told you guys that I'm going to start branching off, taking things from Twitter, taking things from Instagram, taking things from below. So if you do want to be part of comment of the day, you have to say comment of the day. And then I know. If not, I don't pick you. So if you're like, hey, why don't you ever pick me? Say comment of the day and I'll pick you. This one comes from Taylor. And Taylor says, question of the day. You switched it up on me. Do you think Xavien Howard will win Defensive Player of the Year? He better. This is going to sound biased because I'm a Dolphin fan, but I got stats to break it down into to give my reasoning why, right? I honestly think we have 3 games left in the season. Xavien Howard is playing he is the best corner in the NFL right now, and he deserves to win Defensive Player of the Year. People who are fans of Aaron Donald, who are fans of all these other defensive players that are playing really well, are probably like, you're dumb. You don't know what you're talking about. You're biased. I'm not watching this anymore. I'll give you a thumbs up on my way out. Sure. But I always back up what I say with facts and stats. There's not a lot of corners and safeties that win Defensive Player of the Year. It's a shame because they do help. It's a yin and yang. You guys already know how I feel about, defensive line versus corners. It's a yin and yang situation. But looking at the last 4 Defensive Player of the Years that were safeties or corners, and you look at Xavien Howard, and he still has 3 games left to play, it just shows that, yeah, he should win Defensive Player of the Year. Last Defensive Player of the Year last year was Stephon Gilmore, the child to Devontae Parker. He had 16. He wishes. He had 6 interceptions, 2 touchdowns, 20 pass deflections, and 53 tackles last year. 6 interceptions. Xavien Howard, well, I'm going to get to Xavien Howard's stats, right? So he had 6 interceptions, 2 touchdowns, 20 pass deflections, and 53 tackles. Troy Polamalu in 2010 had 7 interceptions, 1 touchdown, 11 pass deflections, 63 tackles. He's a safety, so you don't expect a lot of interceptions or pass deflections from a safety, but he was up there, and that's why he won Defensive Player of the Year in 2010. Charles Woodson in 2009, 9 interceptions, 3 touchdowns, 18 pass deflections, 74 tackles. This is when he was playing corner, not safety. And Ed Reed, another safety, 2004, 9 interceptions, 1 touchdown, 17 pass deflections, and 78 tackles. And again, 9 interceptions for a safety is nothing to scoff at. And you're looking at Xavien Howard with 3 games left to play. He's sitting at 9 interceptions, 17 pass deflections, and 40 tackles. So he has more interceptions than Stephon Gilmore and Troy Polamalu. And again, Troy Polamalu is a safety. They don't get many interceptions. And he has more pass deflections than Polamalu and Ed Reed, again, safeties. So sitting right now with 3 games left to play with 9 interceptions, he has more than Gilmore and Troy Polamalu, and he has the same as Charles Woodson and Ed Reed. All of them won Defensive Player of the Year. Yes, Xavien Howard should win Defensive Player of the Year this year. And it will just put a stamp on the ridiculousness that we had to deal with at the beginning of the season, with some people thinking he was bad. People thinking we should get rid of him. So I literally had somebody unfollow me on Twitter because I defended Xavien Howard, who had literally scoped his knee, didn't do anything with the 2 weeks of training camp we had, came into the season extremely rusted. Once that rust came off, he is the best corner in the league. So he deserves to be Defensive Player of the Year and shut all these people up that were scoffing and saying we should get rid of him at the beginning of the year. Ridiculous. So yes, he should be Defensive Player of the Year. And we'll leave it at that. I'll talk more about that when the end of the season. I got a ton of videos. If you guys don't know, if you're new, first, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate the love and support. The way this channel works is even when the season's over, I do playoff stuff, I do Super Bowl stuff, and then I do year review and all that stuff, and then I get ready for the combine. I do a lot. So be sure to hit the subscribe button. Be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to follow Fanatics Network, a fantastic site and a YouTube channel. They have podcasts. I'm part of it. There's Perfectsville. They have their own podcast. Be sure to go over, check it out. Also, Fan to Fan Network. Huge collection of NFL YouTubers of different teams. Jason Sarney is teaming up with me as Dolphin ambassadors. Go over, check that out. Other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow with the breakdown of the Miami Dolphins taking on the New England Patriots. I'll let you know who wins. I'll let you know what we need to do to win. All that good stuff. But like usual, guys, stay classy. It fins up.